Yes, still on our first animation, and we've been able to successfully move our square from point A to point B, right? What we've done so far is we've given the movement some kind of attitude, a bit of a realistic movement. Now we're about to even take it more further. We have just two keyframes and it's happening in 2 seconds. So what do you want a situation whereby this square goes to B, stays there for about 1 second and then goes back? What we have here is our work area is trimmed to 3 seconds. That's why this thing seems as if it's looping, right? But now we want a situation whereby it goes from A to B, stays there for about 1 second and then goes back to A. So how do we do that? So now I'm going to use my shortcut to zoom in and out of my timeline. So the shortcut is you hold Alt with your middle mouse. So if you hold down Alt, if you scroll up, it will zoom in. If you scroll down, it will zoom out. So now I'm going to adjust my work area. I'm going to trim it down to, let me just take it back to 5 seconds. Now the shortcut for trimming your work area for the end parts is N. So if I put my time indicator here and press N, it will snap there. Now if I want to trim it from the beginning to, I can also do the same thing, but this time around you use B. So B is the beginning of the work area, N is for the end of the work area. So if I play this now, right, you will notice that it's not starting from beginning, it's starting from 1 second. Right, so I just want you to note that. Now we are now working with the 5 seconds timeline. Now, like I said, I want a situation whereby this square travels from A to B, holds for 1 second, and then goes back to A. So how do we do that? As you can see, it's already on B with this value. So let me just zoom in a little bit more. Now I'm going to go to 3 seconds. And you might think, well, since we have this value, this very first value that it's already here, right? All we can do is we can just copy this, Control C, or you go to edit, then copy, and then make sure your timeline is here, is where you want it to be, which is the 3 second mark. Go to edit, then paste. And the shortcut for that is Control C, Control V, which is practically what we do in Microsoft Word and other similar applications. So if I play this now, what do we have? Right now, what we have is it's just getting to B and it's going back. It's not actually waiting for 1 second, right? Like I said, we want it to wait for 1 second. So the challenge here is, how can we make it wait for 1 second? The simple logic is this. Since it's already here, we have this value that is already here. What we can do is we can copy and paste this keyframe one more time. So I'm going to drag this to 4 seconds, right? Now I'm going to copy this keyframe, Control C, I'm using the shortcut. Take your time indicator to 3 seconds and then paste it. So what that means is this value and this value are the same. So between these two values, nothing's going to be happening. Let me go back to this keyframe here. Now if you check this keyframe, if you check the value is 1621 on the x-axis. Now if I go to the next keyframe, because we copy and paste this particular keyframe, it's going to be the same value with this. So that means I told you that After Effects trying to interpolate between two keyframes. So between these two keyframes, it's going to hold, nothing is going to happen, right? So if I play this now, can you see what's going on now? So it goes, stays, and then goes back in 1 second, right? So that's how you kind of hold your animation. That being said, I can still go into my timeline, go to my graph editor. So as you can see, from here to here, you cannot really take anything because they are actually the same value. But you can actually still take this last value and then you drag back, right? And if I play this now, I have this, right? This just to show you how you can actually hold your animation for some certain second or for some certain time and then move it to whatever you want it to move. And mind you, you can move your keyframe, right? You can make them start from here. So if I play this now, it will not move until it gets to 1 second, and it moves really fast and it goes back, right? So you can move, you can copy and paste like I've showed you. You can still edit. So let's say, so I'm going to assume that this is point C. So I can just edit this on this. Just make sure your time indicator is on this keyframe, and then you drag it up, right? Let me just drag it up one more time. Now, so if I play this now, can you see? So it's going to go back up. The point of all of this is we are only limited by our own imaginations when it comes to this. After Effects has given us so much room, so much tools, so much flexibility to make our animation any way we want it. So you can actually have you can have like 10 or 20 keyframes even on one square. Maybe you want it to go from here to here to here to here. I think you all get the logic. So, and again, one last thing is you can also tweak your animation using the graph editor. So that's it for this video.